In April 1956, Soviet soldiers began digging in a quiet field in Berlin. At first, it looked like a routine inspection. Then their shovels hit something strange. Wooden beams, electrical wires, and finally a hidden tunnel. When they climbed inside, they discovered something unbelievable. Recording machines, telephone cables, surveillance equipment. Someone had secretly built an underground spy base beneath the city. But here's the strangest part of the story. The Soviets already knew the tunnel existed for almost a year, and they let it happen. This was one of the boldest espionage operations of the Cold War, a mission known as Operation Gold. After World War II, Germany was divided, but the real battlefield wasn't along the borders. It was inside Berlin. The city had been split into two halves. West Berlin was controlled by the United States and its allies. East Berlin was controlled by the Soviet Union. Spies from both sides filled the city. Secret meetings happened in cafes. Hidden cameras watched government buildings. Intelligence agents followed each other through the streets. Berlin became the spy capital of the world. Western intelligence wanted to know what the Soviets were planning. But the Soviet military had a major advantage. Instead of using radio signals that could be intercepted, they used underground telephone cables. These cables carried military orders, intelligence reports, and strategic plans. And they were buried deep underground in East Berlin. No one could listen to them unless you reached them from below. In 1954, the Central Intelligence Agency and Britain's MI6 came up with an audacious idea. Instead of trying to break Soviet codes, they would dig a tunnel, a secret underground passage starting in West Berlin. The tunnel would stretch beneath the border into East Berlin, and if the engineers were successful, they could connect directly to the Soviet communication cables. It sounded impossible, but the plan was approved. The operation was given a name: Operation Gold. Construction began inside an ordinary warehouse in West Berlin. From the outside, it looked completely normal. Trucks came and went. Workers entered and left. But beneath the floor, engineers were secretly digging. The tunnel slowly stretched deeper beneath Berlin. Wooden beams supported the walls. Electric lights illuminated the narrow passage. Day after day, workers dug forward, until finally, they reached the Soviet cables. Engineers carefully connected special interception devices to the cables. These devices could copy the electrical signals traveling through the lines. The signals were then sent to a hidden listening station operated by the Central Intelligence Agency. Inside that room were rows of tape recorders running day and night. Analysts listened to thousands of conversations, military orders, reports from Soviet commanders, strategic discussions. For Western intelligence, the tunnel became a treasure trove of secrets. But they didn't know something critical. The Soviets had already discovered their plan. Inside British intelligence was a man named George Blake. He worked for MI6, but secretly, he was spying for the KGB. Blake had access to the plans for the tunnel, and he passed the information to Soviet intelligence. Before the tunnel was even finished, the Soviets already knew everything. The Soviets could have destroyed the tunnel immediately, but that would expose their spy inside Western intelligence. So they made a different choice. They allowed the tunnel to operate for months. During that time, Western intelligence believed they were secretly listening to Soviet communications. Meanwhile, the Soviets carefully controlled the information that passed through the cables. It became a strange intelligence game. Both sides knew about the tunnel, but neither side revealed the truth. In April 1956, the Soviets finally decided to expose the operation. Soldiers dug down and revealed the tunnel to the world. Journalists were invited to see the underground passage. Photos of the secret tunnel spread across newspapers. The Soviet Union accused the West of espionage and deception. But by then, the operation had already run for nearly a year, and intelligence agencies had collected thousands of intercepted conversations. The Cold War was often fought in silence. Not with tanks, not with bombs, but with secrets, hidden tunnels, listening devices, and double agents. The tunnel built during Operation Gold remains one of the most daring espionage missions in history, proof that sometimes the most important battles happen underground, beneath the streets of Berlin.